Hi student, welcome to Roots Academy. In last video, we discussed about Cartesian product of sets, then relations, and after that we discussed domain of a relation and then range of a relation, and next last is codomain we discussed. Now in this video, let us know about how many relations will be there in two non-empty sets. If we take a two non-empty sets, then how many number of relations we can form, that we will learn in this video. So if A is a non-empty set and it has elements 1, 2, and B is another non-empty set, it has elements A, comma B. Like this. In this two sets, the number of elements present in set A is 2 and the number of elements present in set B is 2 elements. Then the total number of relations can be found from set A to B is the total number of relations from set A to set B is 2 power n of A into n of B. So that means, so the total number of relation in this case is 2 power 2 into 2, that is 2 power 4, and that is totally 16 relations can be formed from these two sets, that is from A to B. So this is the formula we will use to find the total number of relations from set A to set B. After this, let us know about the types of relations. Very important topic, types of relations. Types of relations. First one is reflexive relation. First one is reflexive relation. In this, if suppose the set A is 1, 2, 3, then we will check whether each and every element of the set A is related to itself or not. If every element of the set is related to itself, then it is a reflexive, otherwise it is not a reflexive. It means 1 should be related to 1, then 2 must be related to 2, 3 must be related to 3. After this, it can be anything, it can be 1, it can be related to 2 also, and etc. etc. But these things are very, very important. If any one is missing from this 3, then it is not a reflexive. So in mathematical, in general, if we have a set A equals A, comma B, comma C, then we will relate A related to A for all A belongs to set A. This is the general definition of relation. So in mathematical, we can write this as A comma A, B comma B, and C comma C. Some more elements we can write. Yes, if you want, we can write some more elements. Then the one word examples for this reflexive relation in mathematics is equals, then similar, then parallel, and next congruent, etc., etc. Let us go to the next type. That is now let us discuss the symmetric relation. Symmetric. This is the second type of relation, symmetric relation. In this relation, we will check the symmetry of each and every element of a relation. Suppose if I have a set, I'll take a general one, A comma B comma C. Then we will check if A is related to B, then there must be B related to A. If its symmetry is not exist for any element, then we will declare that it is not a symmetric relation. So its definition is, if A related to B, then B should be related to A for all A comma B belongs to set A. This is the simple definition of symmetric relation. Then mathematically we can represent this as A comma B, B comma A, and some more elements we can write, but we will check symmetry for each and every element. Okay. Then the one word examples for symmetric relation is again equal, similar, parallel, perpendicular, congruent, etc., etc. So this is about symmetric relation. So let us take an example of a symmetric relation here. And take R1 for the same set. If A comma A comma B, B comma B, and B comma A. If this is the relation, let us check whether it is a symmetric relation or not. So here A comma A. Since we are discussing in sets, this is all about a set, elements of the set. So in set we cannot repeat the elements. So this A comma A is, once if I written, it is not necessary to write one more time. So the symmetry of A comma A is this itself. So its symmetry is exist. Then A comma B, its symmetry is B comma A. So B comma A is exist. Then B comma B, this itself is symmetry of this. So yes, it is a symmetric relation. So this is simple example for symmetric relation. Then after this, let us know about transitive relation. Let us know about a transitive relation. Transitive relation. In this relation, we will take three elements. In that, the third element is an independent. It can be anything. It can be a first element, or it can be a second element, or it can be any other thing also. If the set is, again I will take the same set, A, B, C, then if A related to B and B related to C, as I said, this is an independent element. So first what we will check? We will check whether A is related If it is A related to B, then B should be related to some other element. This can be anything. If these two statements exist, then we will check the third statement and the third condition, that is A related to C is there or not. If A related to C exists, then it is transitive, otherwise it is not transitive. So the definition of transitive is if A related to B and B related to C, then A must be related to C for all A comma B comma C belongs to set A. This is a simple definition of transitive relation. So in mathematically, we can write this as A comma B, then B comma C and A comma C. This is a simple representation of transitive relation. Now, the one word examples for transitive relation is, I'll write here, equal, similar, parallel, less than, greater than. You can write less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, but perpendicular is not possible in transitive, etc., etc. Okay, let us take an example for transitive relation. Okay, the simple example for transitive relation, if set is A comma B comma C, and take first example relation, if A comma A, B comma B, then A comma B, B comma D. Okay. Let us check whether this is a transitive relation or not. So first A comma A. If this is my first element, then this should be the second. Now I should check second statement. In second statement, the statement should be started from A because I ended the second element as A. Now then the second statement possibilities is this. So then this should be the second element. If this is the second, then this should be the third. Now what I should check now? I should check whether the first one is related to third one or not. So first element is A, third element is B. So I should check whether A related to B is there or not. Yes, it is here itself. Okay, from the first element it is transitive. Let us check from the second element, because we should check for each and every element of our relation, because it may be possible for one or two elements. If it is not possible for any one element, then that is very, very important for us. So if this is first element, then this is second element, then there are two possibilities here for the second statement. First one is this, second one is this. Both I should accept. So for both I should check. So let us check first this one. First, this is 2, this is 3. So first and third is B and B. Yes, B comma B is exist here. So it is a transitive with this element. Then let us check for this one now. If this is first element, this is second, then this is second, and this should be third. What I should check? I should check B and A is related or not. Yes, here itself it is there, B comma A. So it is transitive in both the cases. Then let me come to the last element. Let us check. If I take this element first, second, here again there are two possibilities. First one is this and second one is this. Let me take this first, then this should be second element, this should be third. In this case, I should check whether A related to B is there or not. A related to B is there or not. Yes, here itself it is there. So it is transitive. Okay. Now let me check the other way. Another possibilities. What is another possibilities? If this is first element, then this should be second. Then second should be B. So this is B and this is third element. So what I should check? A is related to A is there or not, I should check. Yes, here it is there, A comma A. So it is transitive for each and every element of this relation. We should be very, very careful here in transitive or any other relation also. We should check for each and every element. Because sometimes what happens, it may possible for one or two elements, but it may not possible for any one element. So that gives a very important role here. So we should check for each and every element for transitive or symmetric. So this is about transitive. Let us go to the equivalence relation now. The fourth type of relation. Equivalence relation. What is this equivalence relation? A relation which is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then the relation is called as equivalence relation. Means the relation should be reflexive, then it should be symmetric, and last it should be transitive. Any relation which is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then that particular relation is called as equivalence relation. So this is about 4 types of relations. Hope you enjoy this video. For more videos, please subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.